Nah, I know I'm already crying. Girl, if you don't listen to anything I say, for the dark romance girlies, read this book. Read this book. Read the entire series from start to finish. Everything's in order. Okay, we follow the same couple. If you want mess, if you want a very dark drama, but like, it's not so much the hero is, well, the hero is a little bit dark. Okay, he is dark. But it's not like he's being dark towards like, the female character. It's like the things around them is dark and he tries everything in his power to protect what family he has. If you thought that shit was messy, no, if you thought that your family was messy, honey, you ain't met this family yet. Okay? Everything. From the papa, the mama, him, this romance, everything, some evil ass shit right here. Okay, this is so messy. Messier than the bottom lane douche, y'all. Like, this is so crazy. I'm currently in book 3 of the Shadow Play series by Angela Shaw. And if you couldn't tell by the series early on, I'm only just started chapter 3 within that book. I'm definitely reading the novella. And the whole purpose was because I wanted to read this before I read her new series that she has coming out. Well, the second book is coming out for the other series. I'm going to post it right here. It was based on African mythology. I was like, you know what? Let me read her previous catalog. Girl, she had me in the first book. Like just the intricacies, like every book left off on a really good cliffhanger that I just had to binge. Girl, we are on July 4th. I started reading the series July 1st, y'all. I ain't stopped since. I just been burning through, child. Like, honey, if you want action in your dark romance, like mafia type shit, like, we got that. If you want like a billionaire romance, we got that. If you got some fucked up, heroin, you got that. If you want a torture, so there's everything, but also like those sweet, tender moments that was earned. You got that too. And I'm so scared of what's to come because this is only I didn't even start chapter 3 yet. I literally went to the page of chapter 3 of book 3. I have to stop. I have to record because this is crazy. Hey, you guys. Listen, we're now halfway through August. I'm just now posting this vlog. Listen, just a little bit of editing. I post my reaction. You just saw my reaction to the entire series in general. I still feel that way. And I'm so scared because I already saw the timeline of when she's going to post the rest of the series. I'm terrified. Very terrified. And both of them are duologies, but still, that's besides the point. The point is, I'm loving Miss Angela Shaw. Okay? Like, I will be reading everything that she puts out. She just put out her recent series that's more in the fantasy world. Well, that's what she did. That's how it was sold to me on, like, Threads and other stuff. So I was like, you know what? Sign me the hell up. Now, when I read the description of her next series, it's giving our world, but a little bit of fantasy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read it anyways. So this vlog, what you're gonna see is like literally my reaction to the last book because I got impatient from the last, series. The last vlog. I don't know if I did updates. Listen, it's a little late. Okay, I'll probably watch it back. But like, I gave maybe some updates of the first and second book. Girl. This third book has my entire, and since then, I don't think I vlogged it, but I did read the novella. And I'm going to say this, I do want to see more of Misha. I probably feel like we're going to see more of Misha in like the other duologies as we're still dealing with, what we're dealing with. But I do want a full novel. Okay, not a whole novella. Like, the novella was cute and all, but I need to see more of this couple with Luna and Misha. That's all I got to say. And I think I already said it in my written up review. But hey, it is what the hell it is. So continue watching this vlog. Don't worry. I will try to be more consistent, at least maybe once a week. I don't know. Maybe every 2 weeks. Okay, I'm going to be honest because I'm having fun on my other channel with makeup and all that other stuff. So, yeah. But honey, I'm watching back my footage and I'm getting excited again, and I can't wait to read more of her. And in fact, this upcoming vlog, I'm going to be reading the other series that she got going on. So that's based on African mythology and all the other stuff. Baby, you ain't gotta worry about me. She ain't gotta worry about me. Also, I forgot, when you check the if you're planning on reading a book, check the trigger warnings, because even though this is a spoilery vlog, you know, just in case like my, you know, little TikTok didn't convince you to read it, baby, trigger warning. Okay, like one thing I can say that I forgot to add into my review later on, she do not hold your hand. And I appreciate that. Okay, don't hold my hand. Like, I'm able to figure, like, the way that I was able to catch on to certain things and, like, you know, figure things out, like, use my big brain. I was like, oh my goodness, what if this happened? What if this? Now, some of my theories were out there, but most of my theories stuck. I was like, boom, 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 got that ass. And then, you know, it is interesting. Like, I must say, the author's note towards the end of the third book is very necessary. And I'm not going to lie, I teared up even more than I already did. If you read the book, you will understand, okay? But like, yeah, just read the trigger warnings, okay? Okay, y'all. So if you already watched my last reading vlog, you already know that I have read part of Shadow Play by Angel Shaw. Girl. Since then, I was trying to be patient. I was trying to finish editing that video first before I moved on to the next book, but I wasn't, because that cliffhanger got us. So I'm already about to start book 3. Just know that these books, this entire trilogy, has me in a chokehold. Okay? Like, this is just, first of all, this is my introduction to this author. I'm glad I already did some research. Misha already has his novella. Okay? His novella is already out, so I'm like, perfect. And I wonder if we're going to get a little bit of Leo and Ella's relationship, because we found out that Ella and Leo are in a secret relationship, duh. And I was like, oh my goodness, girl, this is so much. If you, like, first of all, I'm so glad I went back to her back catalog and decided to read that first before her new series that she has coming out. The first book is already coming out for her second series, which has to do with African mythology and also dark romance. It's like a dark romantasy with African mythology. So I'm glad that I read this first, because it's like, girl, you already sold me on the first book that I'm binge reading. Another series that I promised I wasn't going to binge read because I have other books to read. Now I got to stop what my plans was for my TBR. And I was like, no, I got to read. I got to continue to know what the hell happens. I have a feeling that Hunter's mother is alive. Based on what we left off at, and this whole resistance and like the Legion and the New World Order situation, girl, it's a lot. You have to read this book. Like, this entire series has me in a chokehold, and I will be reading the novella, and we'll see what happens with Leo and Ella in this book. Hopefully our people goes out okay, because I still want Leo to have his happy ending. I want Ella to have his happy ending. It looks like the novella is between Misha and his wife, which I'm very interested in. It's like a marriage in trouble situation. Girl, I cannot wait. And then I'm gonna take a break. Because I'm trying to catch up on all my kind of dark romance based in our reality before I go into any fantasy shit. Okay? Because I have some fantasy things lined up, but I have a plan to finish, like, based on our world type of shit. You know? The dark stuff. Before I go into the dark fantasy. Dark romantasy type of situation. Okay? So that's where we're at. I'll give you an update soon. Hi, Editing Me here. Before you continue on with this part of the video, just know that when I finish, unbeknownst to me, I immediately started to read Shadow Play the next day, but it was July 1st when I started reading Shadow Play. So, my mistake. I thought about including it in the last video, but I was like, you know what? Let me just make a separate video, which is this one, to start the new month. All right, continue. It's Editing Me again. I lost some of the footage for the Kindle, but just know, I didn't even go through what I wanted to read as planned. Like, I still plan on following it, but I'm not gonna lie, the last book that I ended up reading took me out the loop. Took me off my plan, okay? I am on chapter 10, flipped over to chapter 10 of the third book for the Shadow Play series. Sorry. It's been a long day, child. Let me tell you something. This is what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes for suspense. Suspense. She definitely knows how to give a good suspense in this book. Come on, Angel. Honey, today's July 5th, okay? They're still having fireworks. So, anyways, happy Juneteenth. Anyways, so, my God. So much has happened. My guesses were right. The mama is alive. She has acid burn. Okay, quick, short version. Acid burns because she managed to survive. She went to Misha. Misha, the Ukrainian mob boss, is actually the older brother. And how, you know, when their mama, Amelia, was at 9, basically sold to Misha's father, and then got married off at 15. And it's like, and that's when she gave birth to Misha when she was 16. And then she thought that she was getting saved by Benjamin, but Benjamin is just as evil as the rest of the motherfuckers. So much has happened. Okay, then we found out that everything is of course everything's a lie. But everything is not what it seems. Even when it came for Winter's parents, especially because she was running for the U.S. Senate and they need that spot, they killed her mama. They killed her mama. Yo, I'm just put yourself scratching the bed. Hold on. God. He's gonna do it again. I can already see him. But, y'all. So, like, that was a shock to me because, damn, even the murder of her parents was constructed by the Legion. Child, this is a lot, child. It's giving, I'm not saying it's giving Left Behind, the movies, but it's giving, the anxiety I'm having for these characters is out of this world. Like, the plot thickens. They want Ella because, like, she has the perfect genetic material and they want her to be a breeder for the architect. That's a lot. It's a lot. And mind you, you know, she hasn't told, she only told Winter that, her and Leo were dating. And, you know, Leo, he has a good poker face. But, like, when they were mentioning all the shit about, you know, Ella, he's been giving hints, like, he's irritated, like, nah, not my Ella. Not my Ella. And when she agreed to, you know, basically be a pawn, you know, for this, so that way they can find the architect and kill this motherfucker. Yo, Leo is like, his poker face almost cracked. He just went out the room. And, you know, Hunter, he's like, watching it. I was like, I ain't got time to figure out what the hell is going on between y'all two. Because now my sister just agreed to let this happen. And I'm like, wait a minute. So, because Winter, she's trying to find answers. Hunter is doing the same shit that he always does, which is sit down and tell everything. I know that he's the type where he wants to know all the answers before he gives it out. But Winter, she's not like that. She's like, tell me even if you're confused. Duh. Because she's like, yeah. And I feel like Veronica ran away with Rio or something. I don't know, child. Because with the serum that they got going on, healing wounds and shit. And, oh my goodness. And like that one scene from back then where Hunter had an unlocked memory where he sees a woman being stabbed over and over again and being healed because his father has, I'm going to say betrayed. But he basically had some information on the architect of who he is and also how to replicate the serum on his own, I guess. And he was using Luna as a test subject, and that's how Misha found her and like freed her and everything, and you know, now they're married. I cannot wait to read their novella. It doesn't really have to be a novella, girl. Anyways, I'm just like in complete shock. What else? A lot has happened, but you know, so Winter was like, you know what? There was a moment where she was with Amelia and Misha. And was like, listen, I know Hunter. He's not telling me everything, so tell me. And you know, he's and like they're kind of looking at each other, nervous to like tell her, but it's like, can we really trust you? I was like, bet. And they tell her, and then the scene cuts, but it makes me wonder, does she know? Did they tell her about what happened to her parents? Because she said, no, Amelia said that she knew about Winter way before this whole thing, because she knew her mother. And, you know, I was like, wait, you knew my mother? I was like, so maybe she knows about the true death behind her mother, but girl, this a lot, especially when they reference, like, I don't know, some kind of Florida campaign that happened around this, like, before that they didn't want to repeat. I need to go back. At this point, I need to go back and highlight this stuff, like, because it's like a mix of real history and, you know, conspiracy. It's a lot. Listen, it's a lot. And it makes me wonder why the sister was sold to the Sheik. And it makes me wonder if it's the same thing like Ella, how, like, Ella was sold to the Sheik for that reason, but Ella was sold for the architect. So I'm like, I'm nervous, girl. I'm very nervous. So, yeah, that's it. That's the best update I can do. There's more details that I'm just like in a mind fuck right now. But I will continue with this dang on book. And I'm so, like, first of all, this series is already good. And I know the novella, like, it's only 141 pages. I wish it was a full-length novel because I really want to get to Misha. Like, Misha and Luna's relationship. I love them a lot, okay? Misha, he comes off as an asshole, like, yeah. And, like, the brothers came to blow. But, like, it's like, when you kind of get his backstory through other people's story, but it's like, when you kill your father at the age of 18 to take over the mafia and shit, and it's like, I don't know what else he witnessed when he was much younger. Probably felt abandoned by his mother too, because his mother got taken when he was 8 years old. So, and then that's when, you know, she went with Benjamin and shit, right? But it's like, damn, that's a lot, child. And, you know, Hunter, he's thinking that, oh, like, you know, they probably had a good reunion with, you know, Amelia and Misha, especially since that's the first son, technically. But I don't think that's it. If anything, Misha is very much by the book. I gotta do what the fuck I gotta do. Yeah, sure, it might be a little emotional seeing my mother, but we don't really have that type of relationship, especially if he's the type to kill his father at the age of 18 to take over the mafia. And God knows his mental state. Like, first of all, he's like, fuck with me and find out. He's the type, he will break bones. And I want to see his soft bits with Luna. Especially since he must have caved in and saved Luna from that fate. Because there's other people who went through some shit. Like, for example, Rio, who was the head of security. He too was kind of, no, he was like the first human trial for Hunter's technology. But he didn't know. No, he and Leo didn't know that. Because they have a team for that. And even Max, the weird geeky guy who's into, who was hacking into, I was like, oh my God, everything is not as it seems, because, at the time they found out who, Max was, because he was, you know, trying to hack into this, you know, for ransom and stuff. And that's how he got in. He didn't flinch or anything because he was taking care of his brother and shit at the time. Baby, he was even working for the resistance back then. I was like, bro, this is a lot, bro. But everything, the Legion has been one step ahead the whole time, like a whole year. Like, I guess, like, so they had like at least 32 people, but like 15 magically quit all of a sudden or got fired, whatever. Either way, those people are gone, and people are like, wait, so they were part of the Legion as well? Them 15 people. So it's like, damn, they were steps ahead. Bro, at this point, I don't have, like, normally when it comes for books, I can easily guess, like, oh, like, that's gonna happen, this is gonna happen, I have a feeling that's gonna happen too. With this book, I don't know what is going on, and it makes me so excited, y'all. That's why this entire series, each book, 5 stars, all the way through. When I get money, I'm going to buy the books physically, and it makes me so excited about her fantasy book, her romantasy book that she got going on, based on African mythology, because if this is good with this, what this is going on, bro, I cannot even imagine. So yeah, like, y'all, like, I'm so excited. I'm so terrified that I can't guess what's gonna happen. Like, even when Ella said that she was gonna do it, I'm scared because it could go both. Like, yes, I do believe Winter when she says, I'm a good manifester. I believe everything will turn out good for us. I was like, amen, because it has to. So, and I know Winter, she cares about everybody. So when she's like manifesting, I'm sure she's making sure that Leo, Ella, August, Hunter, Veronica, everybody that she cares about is going to be okay. And I believe that my whole heart. Yo, that is crazy. And, but yeah, like, I'm nervous because now I don't know, will they lose Ella? Because yeah, they have like the tracker inside, you know, the arm and shit or whatever. But what if they have a mole? No, not me tearing up. What if they have a mole within the resistance that knows that they're going to put a tracker in Ella, remove it, and they lose her, and then Hunter's going to freak out even. No. Y'all, why am I crying? I'm trying to do water. This is too much. Could you, bro, if this was a movie, I'm going to, like, not even a movie. This needs to be an HBO or Showtime TV show. Like, the way I would be paying premium for this, that is ridiculous. Child, this is so scary. We're only in chapter 10. I'm only 30-something% in. I'm so scared. I think I should stop right now. And before I even go into Angel H. Shaw's fantasy book, I feel like I should catch up on all the other fantasy shit that I've been reading, as well as that one Mafia book. Child, because I have a feeling after reading Misha, I would want to read some more Mafia and shit. But let me tell you something. Because I have a feeling once I read her book, especially since the second book is coming out July 31st of this month, yo, I need to be prepared. So I need to read all the other fantasy books before I read that one, because there's plenty of time. I think I should wait until that other book comes out so I can go back and forth, like, just binge read both of them. Unless there's a third book coming out. Nah. I'm assuming that it's a duology for now. But y'all, I'm so excited. You have to, this 5 stars all the way through. Let me go back to being an emotional train. Hey, you guys, so I'm back with an update. It's been a few days since I finished the last book of the Shadow Play series. I was about to call it Shadow Daddy. by Angel H. Shaw. Well, let me tell you something. 5 out of 5 stars. I already did the novella a few days ago. I wish I want to see more and more of Misha and Luna and how they think. I think we're going to see more of them throughout the other series because she did confirm there's going to be more books this year featuring the other couples that was hinted at, like Leo and Ella. That's an age gap. And also with Veronica and Rio. I'm so excited. I'm very much excited. And I don't know which one I'm more excited about because it was hinted at that Veronica's ex-husband, James, was into some shady shit. And I thought that we were going to see more of the ex-husband, that he was somehow connected to, you know, this shit right here with the whole Legion situation. So I thought he was going to pop up. But who knows? Maybe he will pop up, you know, because they hadn't got the architect. No, they hadn't gotten him. But they did manage to get Morris and a few other people on the island. And, you know, I'm glad that Hunter was able to, like, finally trust in Winter and tell him what happened to him. And I knew something was going on. And then when it was confirmed, I was like, oh, my poor baby. I was like, wow, like him and Winter are similar in different ways. And I'm glad that, you know, well, you know, now that I think about it, there's only been maybe one book where I've seen where the male character, where the male love interest has also been sexually assaulted when they were younger. And especially when he was a minor, he was a teenager. And I feel like it happened multiple times before that moment when he was, you know, gave up the secrets to his mama himself, you know, feeding stuff to the feds. Child, it was a lot, girl. And it's like, damn, there's nobody that we can turn to. It's just a resistance, which is Misha and Luna and whatever else is, you know, helping. So I hope towards, I don't know which book is going to be the end, but whichever book is going to be the end, let it be when we take down these fuckers. And also I'm interested, you know, besides, you know, James' situation and how he might pop up later because he's into some shady shit, I'm interested how Leo is with his mental state, because he's very much stoic. He's very strong. He's strong. I wouldn't say stronger than Hunter, because I feel like those type of people, they hold things a lot in, just like Hunter held in a lot of stuff. He wanted to present his way one way to Winter, but Winter sees right through that BS. Leo, I don't know, girl. I don't know, because mind you, with the whole BWP situation, with the whole cancer thing, Hunter, he was just funding it. He didn't really care as much, but like for Leo, it meant so much more because he wanted to cure cancer, especially since his mama died of cancer. And the fact that the entire facility blew up, killing 435 people counting because of that Morris motherfucking Wintrope or whatever the fuck his ass is. I'm glad that they got their revenge, right? But just to, mind you, like, they didn't have that many staff. They just wanted to take out the whole block to make it look like it was connected to Hunter. So that way the FBI can look at him instead of, you know, Morris. Oh my God, bro. It's a hot mess. But that was his world, okay? And I was like, damn, like, I know Hunter was like, we have to demolish, you know, the company. And that was like, damn, that's like, yeah, Hunter did care about it, but not as much as Leo. So I want to see how he grieved that process and everything, moving on from the company being in shambles and how they had to, you know, get rid of the company, because even though it was doing a lot of good stuff, they couldn't let the wrong technology get into the wrong hands. Especially when you have the Legion still out and about, because the architect, I could see maybe they might start it up again when they take down the architect, because I thought they were going to take out the architect, you know, in this series, and then continue on with the other series with like whatever their lives are in the aftermath. But no, like they still don't know who the architect is. So it's like, I could see that, but then when they made a valid point, like, listen, like, it could be yeah, sure, we could take out the architect, but there's a lot of evil people in the world. Like, you see how, like, you know, it goes into a lot of stuff, like, yeah, we already found the cure to cancer, we already found the cure to AIDS a long time ago, and all this other stuff, but it's like, it's like only temporary, you know, it needs like a little bit more. Like, I think the max for the serum is like 5 years or something, but like that one can last a bit longer. Babes, when I tell you, I was like, damn, he's right. Like, there's so many evil people in the world. Let one bad hacker or something get into it just to have the secret recipe and fuck shit over and exploit people. And that's not what Leo and Hunter wanted. I was like, oh, damn. So I really want to know how he feels about the whole thing. And I want to see how Hunter confronts Leo, because Hunter was peeping, okay, there's something going on between Ella and Leo. I'm gonna have to deal with that shit later after I deal with all this crazy secret societies bullshit that we got going on. Okay? But yeah, I'm really worried about how Leo is really feeling on the inside about his baby. That's pretty much his baby falling apart. And do you think okay. Is it possible? So we know that Leo's sister got sold to the Sheik of the Middle East, right? As a sex slave, but also the Sheik was also part of the Legion. And he was he was the engineer for the Middle East. And, you know, and I have a feeling the same thing that they wanted to do with Ella, they did with Leo's sister, but for, you know, the Sheik for the Middle East. And I was like, oh my God. But I was like, is Homegirl still alive? Do we know if she's still alive? Like, what if, yes, we find out more about Ella and Leo's romantic relationship, and also through the outside lens of having to deal with this whole Legion situation and the whiplash of it without taking the architect, because you know, Misha was right. Like, yeah, you could kill Morris, but there's going to be a lot more Morrises out there who could replace him after he dies. So I was wondering, like, what if this is me being hopeful, but then I'm scared because that's a lot of stuff to be healing psychologically and all that other stuff. What if, cause you know, we already found out that, Hunter's mama's still alive. Shoot, what if we find out that, the sister is alive too? Unless I missed the fact that, you know, like Leo tried to find her and she turned out to be dead. But if so, I don't recall, you know, having a confirmation whether Leo's sister is dead or not. That's something to revisit. Now, the next two couples, they're both duologies. And I just want a full-length novel. Not just that little novella of Misha and Luna, you know? Yeah, we saw them in, like, when it came to, like, you know, Hunter and Winter situation here and there, like little glimpse here, that I want a full novel. This novella is cute and all for, you know, the winter and summertime, whatever, but not for like the holidays and shit, because it was for around Christmas time and stuff. But nah, I want a full thing. Anyways, even if it's just a standalone, that's not a novella. That's cool. That's my only critique. That's why I only gave it 4 stars for the novella, but everything else is 5 stars. I cannot wait for the books that's going to come out this year. So it's later on this year, some in September, and I think one in August. I don't know. August seems too early. Maybe later on. But either way, unfollowed her immediately so I can get to start reading, because this is good. This is really good. And I think I'm reading The Family, if that's the title. Baby, I read this a while back. I stopped at like maybe 38%. I have to go back to like my highlighted part so I remember where the major details without me, you know, reading everything. I was like, I ain't reading all that. So far, I'll be forgetting characters' names. You got the security guard from the last book, because this is book 2, right? And he's on his own vacation, right? But he's still on high alert. And meanwhile, the other girl, she just broke up with her fiance. Is it the day before the wedding? Or, child, it must be the day before the wedding or something. But, so I think she's trying to spend his money on this little, vacay that they were supposed to take. So that's why she's like, you know what, cool. And they had some steamy parts, like, you know, a little bit of voyeurism, you know, where she was watching him masturbate. I was like, and she was like getting off on it too. I was like, girl. But now we're getting into a little bit of the action part, because they went on a Vine tour together, but some dude was trying to track him down, and he was like, nah, girl, you got to go back to the villa, go back to the main place. And that's where I'm at with the action part. And I think that's like 43% in. To me, it feels like a short book, but hey, it's like real fast to read, so it is what it is. I'll let you know what my rating is maybe after I'm done, and we'll see. Hi, editing me here. I completely forgot that I was supposed to be reading other books with this vlog. Maybe quick review for The Hitman. Did not like it. Give it a 2-star. Will I be continuing the family series? Of course I will. I just didn't like this one in particular. Like, no wonder it took me so fucking long for me to finish that entire series. Like, it felt rushed. Like, it felt like I was not feeling the Hitman for this series. Like, hopefully the next book will be better. So there's that. But that's it for this vlog. This is what's supposed to be the Shadow Play series, okay? I cannot wait, bro. I think I found a brand new author to obsess over.